win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, now it didn't happen right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on 5th place. On this one, then 4th on the next. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, best. She showing love, give me all the raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. I do it for the love, they perform for the checks, and I still get more. They be bored by the rest. Had to put the work in, wasn't born in success. See the storm, it affects the performance. But I dance in the rain and the thunder, the drums, so I keep going hard. I won't stop till I'm done. From the bottom to the top, I'm the one. I can drop in a month, I'll be back at the top. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Off and puff and blow the house down. Yeah, we blow the house down. Yeah, we blow the house down. Big moves will shake the ground. All the greats who came before us, we about to make them proud. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make noise and crazy loud. It's all moment, let me hear you shout. Don't give up, we can turn it round. We got the fire, we burn it down. Yo, I pop champagne at the back of the club. Yo, I'm back with a sweat, tears back with a blood. How to get it out of mud, kinda like Predator. Get to the chopper, pockets getting fatter, so she call me Big Mama. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy.
Welcome, race fans. Saturday night again. Here we go. OP Unlimited Truck Series presented by Buttkicker. Trying out a new video that I just did today for OP. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Guys, we are round 1, race 2 here in the playoffs. We're going to dive right into everything and then get to the national anthem provided by our friends at Madison Rising. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our current point standings. Look at here, Stephen Miles with the win last week. Took him to the playoffs to get his first win of the season, but awesome job by Stephen. Logan York still in the playoffs as well. Mark Mann right up there with him. Rick Seabrands as well. Andrew Zonto. Casey or Brandon Pfeiffer, I believe is what he changed his name to. Went to his real name, Brandon Pfeiffer, there 3 points out of or above the cut line. Nick Wing there at 049 Machine, 3 points as well above the cut line. Gerard Butler. I'm thinking of Gerard Butler, the actor. But that is Gabe Butler. He is 2 points above the cut line. And then we get below the cut line there. You see Dustin Logston there. It is 2 points below. Anthony English, 4 points below. Peter DeBorgia, also 4 points, as well as Dana Shepard. These guys on this right side here is going to need a good points night tonight to move up above the cut line. Possibly a win to get them in. But John Guerrero there, 8 points below. Andrew Schroeder, 12 points below. Rick Sanchez in 13 below the cut line, and Bubba Whittingham is your last driver in the playoffs. This is after race 1, the round of 16. But guys, appreciate everybody already tuning in tonight. Joshua Medlock out there in chat. Had to have him come in and inspect my new video. Albert Grover out there, John Black, Brendan Kennedy. Bunch of moderators out there, so be good out there in chat, folks. But we're going to go ahead and step aside, play our national anthem provided by our friends at Madison Rising. When we get back, we will go over pre-race analytics and talk a little bit about our sponsor, Fish Guys. So hang tight, folks. National anthem coming right at you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are going to talk a little bit about our sponsor tonight. So the Fish Guys, they are out of Florida. They do have their website. I do have that in the description. If you want to go check those guys out, that would be Mr. Lane Goodwin and George Clark Jr., but tonight's race sponsored by Mr. Mike Edgerton. So appreciate those guys. Now the winner of tonight's race is actually going to win a Fish Guys hat. And there it is up on the screen. So the winner of tonight's race will win the Fish Guys hat. Now we got a special prize for the guy that wins or is leading at the end of lap 12. So the beginning of lap 12 to lap 13, whoever wins is in first place at that or gets that lap will win a 12 Tacos shirt. So one of these redfish that they catch down there in Florida makes 12 tacos, fish tacos. So again, special shout out to Lane Goodwin and Mr. George Clark Jr. I think they will be out here watching tonight, guys. So special shout out to the Fish Guys. Yeah, fish taco truck. But, so, again, the winner of the 12th lap, 12th to 13, that winner will receive that 12 tacos shirt as these guys are done with practice and going to start qualify. We'll go ahead and get the qual time bar put up there. So you can see the times as they come in. Now, tonight's race is the second race of 3 in the first round. And then they'll cut to the top 8 for the second round. Becky Whitmer out there in chat joining us. Hi, Becky. How are you? Of course, Ginger Parent tuning in as well. Nice to see you out there, Ginger. We're kind of up on our blimp cam, but Gabe Butler is out on the track as well. Joe Della Vecchia, I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, is at the end of pit road. Dallas Childers, new driver out here tonight, running in the 10 truck. Should be the 971 coming out on track. Nick Wing, one of our playoff drivers, as well out on his qualifying lap. Supposed to be in the 049, but in the 28. Now I need to make sure. I should have done this before, but, well, you guys are going to see a little bit of what we do sometimes, or have to do. Yep, make sure my car numbers are there and checked. So we'll get that minimized and back out of the way. But I need to make sure I hit that. There we go. Little behind the scenes live action going on. Nick Wing out on the track, as well as Doug Johnson. Brandon Pfeiffer, also known as Casey, one of our playoff drivers. Another new driver tonight, Blake Trawick, out there on the track in the 56 machine, but supposed to be in the 974. Sean Stevens as well out on the track. Congratulations to Sean winning the CFM Season 1 championship last Sunday night. Awesome job by Sean. Great season for them guys over there that we broadcast right here on MaxspeedTV. Stephen Luttrell out on the track. Dustin Logston, Bubba Winningham, Vicente Guerrero, Jeremy Stanley. Good to see Jeremy back out on the track. Ain't seen him in a while. Andy Brigante as well. And there's Mr. Mike Edgerton, the sponsor of tonight's race, along with the Fish Guys. Dana Shepard out doing his qualifying run. Josh Ball, Pete DeBorgia, Stephen Miles, last week's winner out there. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good field here, folks. Right now, Gabe Butler is sitting in the top spot with a 54.731. But we still got several guys that have not qualified. Bubba Winningham is currently out on the track as well, running that blue and white 66 Chevyland machine. Nope, he couldn't drive anyway, Ginger. So whether he was on pain meds or not, all jacked up. Hadn't seen Jeremy tonight yet, but I'm sure he'll pop in here soon. Everett Baker, congratulations on your anniversary, buddy. Me and my wife celebrated our 30th anniversary last December, so, well, go figure. Anthony English did take over that top spot, not by much, by 1/100th of a second. At a 54.722, we got about a minute left of qualifying. I may be old. Well, I'm not going to say nothing there, Joshua. I'm going to be nice to you, buddy. Let's just put it that way. Oh, Derek Edgerton, which is Mike Edgerton's son, out there tonight. Well, let's see if I can't find... Oh, Stephen Miles jumping up into that top spot with a 54.709. So let's hope he could hold that top spot. But we'll get a visit with him here in just a second, folks. We got about 5 seconds left to qualify. It looks like he will be our pole sitter for tonight. He is down here in Team 7, so we're going to go ahead and we'll pull Stephen Miles up here real quick. I can't get my mouse to work. So, awesome job, Stephen. You have taken the pole for tonight, buddy. Congratulations. Our regular season points winner, as well as got his first win in a playoff race.
Yes, sir. It's pretty crazy. That's my first pole. I guess, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get in no place else but Talladega, but I don't think we're going to be up here for too long.
Yeah, well, you know, you're going to be up front, and, man, it's going to be tough tonight. We've got a pretty good field tonight. I'm looking back through here. Looks like we got 31 drivers tonight. So what is your strategy? What do you got to do to win tonight, bud?
Well, my strategy tonight is not to even win. It's really to help my teammate Vince as much as I can. Me and Josh will try to get him in the playoffs, man, get him a win tonight. So strictly being a good teammate tonight is for me, and that's why I say I'm not going to be up for too long. I'm finna go to the back and do a little strategy, and we're going to do what he want to do tonight. So he's the captain tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations, man, on winning the pole, and well, we'll see what happens by the end of the race. 94 grueling laps, so good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, he's already moved himself, so that's all right. We'll take care of that. But we're going to go ahead and get to our MaxspeedTV starting grid. In row 1 on the pole, Mr. Stephen Miles in that 8 truck. Outside of him is the number 1 of Josh Ball. We're starting row 2 inside the 44 of Anthony English. Outside of him, the 88 of Gabe Butler. Starting row 4 inside the 59 of John Guerrero. Outside of him, the number 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Starting row 4, Stephen Luttrell on the inside. Outside is the 974 of Blake Trawick. As they trying to jump the start there with Josh Ball, but starting row 5, the 81 machine of Dustin Loxton. On the inside, on the outside is the 052 of Joe Delavecchia. Starting row 6, the 27 machine of Sean Stevens. Outside of him is the 60 of Jeremy Stanley. Starting row 7, 388 Doug Johnson. Outside in 14th is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. Starting row 8, 15th, the 43 of Dana Shepard. Outside of him, 66 of Bubba Winningham. Starting row 9, the 049 of Nicholas Wing in 17th. 56 of Mike Edgerton there on the outside in 18th. Starting row 10, the number 13 of Andy Brigante in 19th. And the 971 of Dallas Childers in 20th. Starting row 11, the 54 of Brandon Pfeiffer in 21st. On the outside is the 91 of Logan York. The starting row 12, the number 4 of Rick Seabrands on the inside. On the outside, the 83 of Shane Posey. Starting row 13th and 25th, the 151 of Travis Elliott. On his outside, the 06 and 26th place is Andrew Zonto. Starting 27th on the inside of row 14 is the 03 of Steve Rada. Outside of him is the 0428 and 28 is Mark Mann. And row 15, the 52 of Derek Edgerton. On the outside of him is the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. And back in the back, starting row 6, in row 16, 31st place is that 48 of Andrew Schroeder. 31 drivers out here tonight in the trucks at Dega. As they come around turn 4, going to come to the front straightaway. The pace car will dive off down to the safety of pit road, if you want to call it that, according to Ginger. The pit road is the most dangerous spot on the track. As we get to our restart zone, or our Chevyland start zone, waiting on that Chevyland green flag. Of course, Chevyland, Bubba Winningham. And the green flag is out just for Joshua. I'm going to do it one more time. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing championship style, or I should say playoff style, here at Talladega. We're getting back out here, folks, get back on our drivers. Stephen Miles out front, Josh Ball on the outside. Anthony English, Gabe Butler right there as well. John Guerrero, Vicente Guerrero. As you see, Stephen does drop it down. He's going to kind of hang out down there, let everybody pass, wait for a time to get back on the track. As you see drivers move it up to let him back up. Vicente dropping back, as well as Dana Shepard and the 60 of Jeremy Stanley come around. Here comes Bubba Winningham up the middle. Going to try to get around. That's going to put Anthony English out front. Kind of looking back here. Josh Ball is falling back with Stephen Miles, but Josh is falling back even further. Don't want to get out of the draft here, folks, but Vicente Guerrero right there with Josh Ball. I think that's what they were kind of waiting on, them two guys going to be working together. Looking back up the front, we are side by side, folks. Anthony English on the inside, John Guerrero on the outside. That is the 81 of Dustin Logston. And the 088 of Gabe Butler and the 60 of Jeremy Stanley there on that outside line. Looking back here, you got I cannot talk tonight. Andy Brigante. They're making it 3 wide here. That's Brigante, York, and Winningham. But looking back up as Andy is making a run on that outside of Brandon Pfeiffer, and he is catching up to that 052 machine of Della Vecchia. But now Andy does have help with that 91 of Logan York. Well, there goes Brandon Pfeiffer up to the top in front of the 151 of Travis Elliott. As we are 3 wide here, folks. Dana Shepard down on that inside line. Oh, who was that? That was somebody jumped out there. That was the 81 of Dustin Logston jumping out to that high line. Going to get around John Guerrero. Trying to get that push from that outside line around. We are 3 wide, at least 4, 5, 6 rows deep here, folks. But it can be comfortably done here at Talladega. Big wide track. Oh, no. Yeah, we had some pretty good winds the other day. Had a little bit of damage across Oklahoma. And we are going to try to go, looks like almost 4. We're going to try to go 4 wide with Logan York. To me, it's a little bit early for that, but Logan is going to drop it down, stay on that high side. Got to maintain, guys. Got to keep it lined up as Logan York is making that run on that outside 4 wide here at Talladega, folks. You can't go 4 wide here as long as everybody picks a lane and stays in it, but Logan does drop it down in front of the 13 of Andy Brigante. Causes Andy to check up a little bit and move back, but he does have help with Brandon Pfeiffer there as they making a run back up towards the front. But Jeremy Stanley currently out front on that outside line. Ooh, a little bit of door action there between the 36 of Stephen Luttrell and the 81 of Dustin Loxton as we see a truck down on the apron. I'm not sure who that is. We'll try to take a look here. That is Blake Trawick coming down pit road. Got a black flag as well. He is 3 laps down already. So he had to do a drive-through to clear the black flag, but looking back out front here as Jeremy Stanley, Anthony English battling out. Here's Dustin Loxton on the outside with the 91 of Logan York, 36 of Stephen Luttrell on the inside. Again, this is the Fish Guys 250. Sponsored tonight by Mike Edgerton and the guys at Fish Guys. That would be Captains Lane Goodwin and Captain George Clark Jr. out of the Keys in Florida. So special shout out to those guys. Got some little prizes for the winner tonight and for the winner of the lap 12-13. As Jeremy Stanley is pushed up to that outside line as the 36 of Stephen Luttrell does drop it down. John Guerrero, the 052 of Joe Della Vecchia on that inside. Anthony jumps up in front of John Guerrero. As the number 3 of Steve Rada goes to that high line in front of Jeremy Stanley. But we are 3 wide, back 3 rows deep here. Got Rada, Stanley, York on that outside line coming up on Delvecchia and Johnson on the inside. That outside line gets a pretty good run on the straightaways. These 3 guys are hooked up nose to tail. We'll see if we can't get a little bit of better picture here of how close they are. Got to be careful, though, not to overheat the trucks. We are 4 trucks deep there on that outside line. Steve Rada is going to win or lead this lap, I believe. But no, Anthony English is going to get pushed back out to the front. Anthony does lead another lap as Rada does fall back. But John Guerrero right there on that mid line. That second lane with Delvecchia, York, and that is the 151 of Travis Elliott running that second lane. But you've got Anthony English, Stephen Luttrell, and Sean Stevens on that inside line. Here comes Logan York and Andrew Zonto. Now, Zonto did start towards the back. Started back at 25th, made his way up to that 5th place spot. But Rada going to the outside, going to try to make it 4 wide again. But he's got no help as he scrapes the wall. Nowhere for Rada to go, still 3 wide. He's going to stay, kind of tuck it in back behind Jeremy Stanley. But the 91 of Dustin Logston, or of Logan York, not sure what was going on. But Logan was having some issues, was falling back. That kind of checked everybody up. Now, they are running, we get our pre-race analytics up here. They're running 43% fuel, folks, 8-mile-an-hour wind, air temp of 80 degrees, track temp of 125, 94 laps, 250 miles. They do have unlimited tires. At pit road speed is 55 with a pace speed of 75. So we're coming up on that lap number 12. We're going to get back up here to the front because, like I said, the winner of lap 12 will receive a 12 Tacos shirt provided by our friends over at the Fish Guys. That's awesome. Well, Stable Latrell is going to lead a lap here, I believe, unless Anthony beats him out. And yes, he does. So Anthony will be our leader going into this lap 12. So whoever is the leader when they cross for the beginning of lap 13 will win that T-shirt. Again, the reason why they call it the 12 tacos is one of those red snappers. If you catch a pretty good one with the fillets, you can make 12 fish tacos out of it. So, again, special shout out to Lane Goodwin and George Clark Jr. for providing, they are the Fish Guys, for providing the prizes for tonight's race for our drivers. As we get here, it looks like Anthony English is going to win that shirt as he drops it down in front as we're wrecking. But it doesn't matter. Anthony English is going to win that shirt because he was the leader at the time of the caution. So congratulations to Anthony English. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't visit with him for just a second. Let him know that he's won that shirt. We'll bring him up here real quick. Anthony, I know you're trying to get checked up for the pace car, buddy, but man, you won the 12 taco shirt from the Fish Guys tonight for being in first place when you crossed the line there for the 12th lap.
Yeah, what a T-shirt!
Well, special shout out to the Fish Guys for sponsoring, or for helping Mike and donating the prizes for tonight's race, man. But how's things going out there for you, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad. Being a little aggressive this one, so trying to stay up front as much as I can tonight. Other than that, not too bad.
All right. Well, I just wanted to bring you up here for just a second, let you know that you did win that shirt. Awesome job, buddy, and good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you very much. Hopefully I'm talking to you again later.
All right, bud. I believe you were down in 3, wasn't you?
1.
1. Oh, okay. All right, we'll get you back down there, bud.
Thank you much, bud.
All right, so Anthony English, your winner of the Fish Guys 12 Tacos shirt. Again, there is the shirt that they will get him. Mike Edgerton will get with him on that. Speaking of Mike Edgerton, I did see him in chat. Let's see where he is at right now. He may be coming into his pit box. As he's coming down pit road, we'll wait till he comes off of pit road. We'll get Mike up here again. I believe Lane and, I should say Captain Lane and Captain George are out there tuning in tonight. And if they are, we do appreciate you guys. No stages tonight, Braden. They run straight races. They don't run stages here at OP, so. But as soon as Mike comes out of his pit box, we'll get him up here and visit with him. We'll wait till he gets kind of established there. Bring him up. Mike, Steve up in the booth. Got a copy there, buddy?
Sure do, buddy. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. Hey, so we gave away the 12 Tacos Fish Guy shirt to Anthony English for being the leader when they crossed the lap for start of lap 13. So you'll have to get with him to get his address to have them mail the shirt to him. But special shout out to you and the guys at Fish Guys, Lane Goodwin and George Clark Jr. for sponsoring tonight's race, man. How's things going out there? And talk about it.
Let me tell you that 12th lap was something else. It was a lot of fun. They were going for it, and I was pretty happy about that. And happy to give that to Anthony English, one of my favorite drivers. I've got a whole bunch of others. Andy Bergante. I've got Rick Seabrandt, a whole slew of others that are just my favorites, and I'm just proud to be running with them. And the broadcast booth is just absolutely phenomenal. I appreciate all that you guys do, and hoping Josh gets back to us soon and we can have some fun with him. But yeah, my Chevrolet Silverado 56 is running good, and I'm loving it.
Well, I don't know. I was hoping Lane and George was out there watching tonight, but if not, you can always show them. I've been talking them up. I do have their website posted in the YouTube description, so anybody that wants to go check out some of their videos and stuff, you're more than welcome to go check that out. But man, special thanks to you again for sponsoring tonight's race, and looks like you're going to have your hand full, brother.
I'm going to have my hands full with these guys for sure, and love every minute of it. Remember that hat for the winner, the Fish Guys hat, and good luck to all of you.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck, and thanks again, and we'll talk to you later.
Take care. Thanks, Steve.
All right, we'll move him back down. Oh, yeah, back down there in Team 3. I remembered where he was at that time, so... Again, Anthony English is your winner tonight for the Fish Guys t-shirt for winning the 12th or leading at the end of lap 12. So, running down your top 10 right now, Anthony English is your number 1. Number 2, Dana Shepard. Sean Stevens in 3rd, Bubba Winningham 4th, Brandon Pfeiffer in 5th, Doug Johnson 6th, Mike Edgerton we just talked to in 7th, Stephen Luttrell in 8th, Shane Posey 9th, Gabe Butler 10th. With Jeremy Stanley out there chatting and driving. I don't know how you do it, Jeremy, but good luck, buddy, as the pace car does dive off down to pit road. I'm not even going to say to the safety of pit road, because every time I do, Ginger makes fun of me. As these guys are coming to the Chevyland restart zone. The Chevyland.com green flag coming out here in just a second. The Chevyland green flag back out. Here we go, folks. Back racing. Again, Chevyland.com. Shreveport, Louisiana. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, go check out Chevyland.com. See what kind of deals they get. They do have online financing. If you need to try to finance online, they have all of that there. They also deliver in the lower 48 states. So if you can't make it down there and you find something you want and you purchase for them, they will deliver. As Dana Shepard is getting a good push there by Mr. Bubba Winningham. On that second lane, Anthony English on the inside. Sean Stevens right behind him. Then you got Dana Shepard. Is he going to lead this lap? He is currently out front, but coming in through the tri-oval here, does he get enough push to lead the lap? No. Anthony English will lead another lap. So that is going to be 12 laps led by Anthony. Nerd Motorsports has a horsepower just like a pizza brain power. Well, looky here, folks. We're back 3 wide. Gabe Butler on the outside with that 052 of Joe Dellavecchia. Try saying that name fast 5 times. See where that gets you. And Andy Brigante out there with them. Doug Johnson on the inside, or on that midline with Dana Shepard, Bubba Winningham. And then Anthony English, Sean Stevens, Brandon Pfeiffer, and that 83 of Shane Posey on that inside. But we are 3 wide, folks, coming into turns 1 and 2 as the 91 of Logan York runs up to that high line, that 3rd lane. But Andy Brigante right there with them as that top line is making a run, has the run. Coming around turns 3 and 4, Gabe Butler drops it down to the 2nd lane, leaves Joe out there, but he has help with Logan York and Andy Brigante. Now Logan drops it down, kind of leaving Joe out there to fend for himself. There's Gabe Butler, Anthony English on that inside. Now Gabe will lead that lap, get his first lap led. He drops it down in front of Sean Stevens. Now you got Anthony English, Dana Shepard, Logan York, Bubba Winningham in that 2nd lane, Gabe Butler, Sean Stevens, and Brandon Pfeiffer. I keep still wanting to call him Casey, but it's Brandon Pfeiffer in the 54 on that low line. A little bit of a check up there. Anthony drops it down in front of Gabe. That's going to give Dana a run with Logan York on that midline. The 52 and the 13 on that outside as Steele trying to get that outside line to work for him. I see the 51. It shows a 51, but I believe that is supposed to be the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. We'll see if we can't get it. Yeah, it's showing 51 on the truck. It says Free Dallas on his tailgate. Not sure. We'll have to ask him about that. But you see these guys coming up through the field as Dana runs up and gives Anthony a good shot there going into the corner. And he is right on Anthony's bumper. Do have to be careful. These trucks will get hot and they will blow. Looks like I got somebody dropping down to pit road. I guess they were just trying to get out of the way. Uh-oh, we got a caution here, folks. Happened up front. Well, let's go back here. Let me get to... right there. Looked like Anthony may have got a bad push. We'll see if we'll get on a chase cam here. Oh, unfortunately, looked like he got hooked a little bit by Dana. As you can see, Dana is right on him. Dana kind of comes up. Was trying to get back centered with him. I don't think he realized that he was actually connected with him. Come down. That got Anthony up into the wall. Got him loose. Ooh, Bubba Winningham involved. Doug Johnson. Andy Brigante nowhere to go. The 83 of, who is that? Shane Posey. Looks like Mike Edgerton was able to miss it, as well as Ryan Whitaker. Getting back here on the 052 of Joe Dellavecchia. Looks like everybody else made it through. So unfortunately, that's what happens. As we see the damage on Bubba's truck. Looks like he backed into a cedar tree. Well, lap 22, we're almost a quarter of the way through. Again, special shout out to our sponsor, Mike Edgerton, and the Fish Guys, sponsoring race 2 of the 3 races for the round 1. Now, we will be going to... looking here trying to find. Uh-oh. Did not want that to pop up there. Give me just a second, folks. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Sorry about that. Was trying to get to my schedule, and well, that just happened to be right there in the way. All right, so next week also will be, I believe, the same. The Fish Guys will be sponsoring, and Mike Edgerton will be sponsoring next week's race at Daytona for a night race, 100 laps. Again, they'll do the same thing. They'll have a hat for the winner, and then we'll give away the T-shirt again, I believe, on lap 12. We still got a lot of race left. They're all jacked up. We've only had 2 cautions. We got 78 laps to go, so there's still a lot of racing left. As Derek Edgerton is leading them down to pit road. Joe Delavecchia did a little bit of a fake job there. Went down and then come back out. I don't think we've seen the big one yet, Everett, but I believe it will happen. So Joe Delavecchia is your leader. Dana Shepard is in second. Sean Stevens third. Brandon Pfeiffer in fourth. Mike Edgerton there in fifth. Doug Johnson in 6th, Shane Posey 7th, as Dallas Childers jumps up to 7th. That's going to put Shane Posey in 8th, Butler in 9th, and Brigante in 10th. Arata in 11th, Whitaker 12th, Seabrands 13th, Schroeder 14th, York 15th, Wing in 16th. Mark Mann, hadn't talked about Mark tonight. Now Mark's got a special race that we're going to broadcast here next Friday on MaxspeedTV. So tune in, be looking out for that. Does Derek Edgerton got a black flag? I'm assuming speeding or unsafe pit exit. Well, there's Vicente Guerrero in 19th, Stephen Miles 20th, Dustin Loxton 21st, Anthony English 22nd. Andrew Zonto, 23rd. Ball, 24th. Latrell, 25th. DeBorgia, 26th. Jeremy Stanley there in 27th. Bubba Winningham in 28th. Blake Trawick in 29th. Travis Elliott in 30th. And John Guerrero looks like he has taken his truck behind the wall, unfortunately for John. Well, his pace car does dive off down into pit road. We get to our restart cam. Chevyland restart zone coming up here, folks. Waiting on that Chevyland.com green flag is back out. We are back green flag racing here, folks, at Talladega. Again, round 1 of the playoffs, second race of 3. Restart. Did I say restep? I thought I said restart. Looking up here, though, Joe Della Vecchia is currently in first, but Dana Shepard on the outside with Brandon Pfeiffer along with him on that second line. Oh, Dano, try to come down. It wasn't clear. Now he don't have room. He's stuck in the middle, but he's got help with Doug Johnson. But here comes the 83 of Posey and the 088 of Butler as Casey is dropping it down in front of Dana. Well, it's 250.4, or I think it's 254 or 250.4 miles, as we are 4 wide here, folks. As that Shane Posey, nowhere to go, all over the place. We got to watch, keep an eye on Shane. They do get it worked out. Luckily, they didn't have any wrecks. That could have turned out really bad really quick, as Joe Della Vecchia has led a lap. He is still out front. Brandon Pfeiffer is outside with Dana Shepard. And then we got Joe Della Vecchia and Sean Stevens on that inside, as well as the 56 of Mike Edgerton. It looks like Brandon will lead a lap as well. The number 3 there of Steve Rudd, as you can see, going to that outside line. Andy Brigante trying to get caught up with him, as Gabe Butler does jump out to that third lane as well. These guys are so close together, 4 wide, I can't hardly keep up with the action. This is where an extra set of eyes would come in handy, but gotta make do with what I got, folks, so bear with me. I know everybody wants to see their favorite driver. We're going to try to give them as much airtime as we can. Whoa, big move back there. Not sure who that was. That was the number 1 of Josh Ball, I think, making a big move. I don't know if he got loose, tapped the wall, but as cars are going down to the apron, that is the number 10. That's actually Dallas Childers. Supposed to be 971, 10 on the truck. Yeah, a lot of swerving and bobbing and weaving going on. I don't think there should be that much going on, but I don't know what's going on inside their truck, so I can't speculate on my end. Just what I see here. Looking back up towards the front, Brandon Pfeiffer is going to lead a second lap here, coming to lap 30. As they come out of turn 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, that is the 081. We're going to get back here a little further out. That is the 81 or 91 of Logan York going to that outside line. Gabe Butler jumping out there with him. Andy Brigante, Bubba Winningham all on that third lane, as Logan is giving Gabe a push. And we're back 3 wide race again. Talladega, you could comfortably go 3 wide as long as you pick a lane and stay in it. Swerving Urban. A lot of side drafting going on there, but as you see, Gabe does drop it down, comes back up, but Logan York going to push Gabe out. Now, that outside line, that third lane is getting a good run out of the corner as Gabe does drop it down. Oh, Gabe tried to go back up, but drops it all the way down to that one lane, and we're wrecking behind him. That's Bubba Winningham. That's Steve Rada, I think, missed it. Doug Johnson involved, as well as Mike Edgerton involved in that as well. Well, let's go back here, folks. As the caution is out, we're going to take a look at what happened. I believe it started right there with the 56. Oops. We'll get on a chase cam here of Mike Edgerton. Looked like he might have gave Shane a little bit of a bad push right there off center and then hooks him. Unfortunately, got Bubba involved. Jeremy Stanley somehow made it through in the 60 machine. Doug Johnson involved as well. The 51, I believe that is actually Ryan Whitaker in the 906. Dustin made it through. Shane looks like he made it through. Bubba up there riding on his side. We'll have to check on Bubba here in a minute. Make sure he's got his bearings about him. Zonto somehow makes it through. So does the 151. I believe that's Travis Elliott. So we'll see if we can. Bubba does have some damage. He has already used his fast repair. Peter DeBorgia did get a black flag, as well as Andrew Schroeder. Several black flags out there. Rick Seabrand's probably passing under yellow. But we'll see what Bubba does here. See if he gets some of his stuff fixed. Oh, my Steam is still showing. Sorry about that, guys. Well, it looks like Bubba's going to be in there for a little bit. Let me see if I can't... we'll see if we can't bring Bubba up to the broadcast. Bubba, Steve, up here in the booth. You got a copy there, buddy?
Yes, I do, man. I got some Bondo going on the side of my truck. Everything's going to be okay.
Well, I was wondering. I'm making sure you was all right. You decided to Tony Hawk that outside wall. I mean, what did you see from your end?
There was a... so I was up high, and the lane below me, truck got a bad push, turned another truck, and then I just got smashed up into the wall. I was going to try to see if I could stay on that wall all the way around the track, maybe win a prize for that or some social media recognition or something, but unfortunately it didn't last long.
Well, man, tough break. I mean, you've already had to use one fast repair, so whatever damage you got to get fixed, buddy. So we're going to let you go.
I got really lucky on this one. I had a minute and 10. I'm going back out there.
All right. Well, good luck, bud, and man, well, hopefully your race gets better.
Hey, no problem, buddy. We're going to have a good time, man.
All right, we'll see you. We'll get Bubba back down there into his room. He got lucky. He said he only had a minute of damage. That was a little bit loud. I'm sorry about that, guys. I had him turned up a little too high. I was distorting really bad, so I do apologize about that. We're getting back up here. Dana Shepard is going to be your leader right now. Stephen Luttrell second. Anthony English coming down pit road. Dallas Childress in that 971 machine coming up, going to be jumping up into fourth or third. I think he's going to be in fourth. So he is having to check up as the lights on the pace car go out. Now all those guys that went down pit road, they're going to be single file. They'll be EOL'd, I guess you could say. As Dana opts to take that second lane, Stephen Luttrell down on the inside. And that's going to bring Brandon Pfeiffer in third. Well, I guess they changed their mind again. So you can see the chase driver above on the driver bar. That lets you know that they are in the top 16. Yep, somebody did do a wall ride. That was Bubba Winningham decided to test out his Tony Hawk skills. I don't know how many of y'all actually remember playing that game growing up, but I remember playing it. So Bubba Winningham currently in shows 5th. Sean Stevens 7th. Edgerton at 8th. Brigante 9th. Butler 10th. York 11th. Whitaker 12th. Schroeder 13th. Seabrands 14th. English 15th. Zonto is making his way up towards the front. So here we go. Pace car will dive off down into pit road. As we come to the Chevyland restart zone. Chevyland green flag coming back out. Going to get this thing restarted as we are coming up on the halfway point of the race. Green flag back out. Chevrolet and green flag on the loud pedal again. Dana Shepard getting them started. He's going to lead 2. That'll be his 3rd lap led. Stephen Luttrell on the outside with Brandon Pfeiffer and the 52 of Derek Edgerton. Now Dana Shepard, as Stephen Luttrell dives it down in front of Dana. Now Dana's going to use that opportunity to catch up with them. Dallas Childers, Bubba Winningham, Andrew Zonto on that inside line, but outside that 3rd lane again, that is Ada Brigante and the 91 of Logan York, making a run to that outside on the 3rd lane. 54 of Pfeiffer, Edgerton, and looks like Sean Stevens in that 2nd lane, and the 971. Let's see. Nope, that is, who is that in the 51 machine? I believe that is Ryan Whitaker. Yes. I wish they'd get their numbers straight on their trucks. Makes it a lot easier for me. Well, Stephen Luttrell out front. Dana Shepard right behind him. But on that 2nd line, you got Logan York and Brandon Pfeiffer. And then Derek Edgerton right behind Brandon with Sean Stevens. Oh, we are door to door back here. That is the number 13 of Andy Brigante and the 51 of Ryan Whitaker. It shows 51. 906 of Ryan Whitaker. As Ryan makes an aggressive move down to that bottom line in front of Zonto. Gabe Butler there on the inside. Now Andy Brigante is going to just drop it right in there. Looking back up to the front here, that number 10 machine of Dallas Childers. It's actually supposed to be the 971. We're going to talk to Anthony and them guys, the admins, about that. They can't get their numbers right. They need to be, something needs to be done. So here we go. 36 of Stephen Luttrell out front. Dana Shepard in 2nd. Dana goes to the outside. Dallas thought about going with him, but no room. But Dana Shepard does take the lead. Got the 91 of Logan York pushing him. But Dana does drop it back down into that 1st lane. So he is going to get another lap led. Good run by Dana tonight. York on the outside, or that 2nd lane. Here comes Butler. DeBorgia, Brigante, 3rd line. They are nose to tail, folks. Coming around, going 4 wide. Going to try it, but taking 4 wide. That's Peter DeBorgia. Gabe Butler coming back up. Billy Luttrell out there rooting on Steven. Now, Billy, is that your brother, dad, or the son? Can you let me know, buddy? As Dana Shepard does get a push around, he is going to lead 5 laps so far. As we're watching this battle up here, 3 wide. Brandon Pfeiffer on the outside with Butler. That's your son, okay. Ooh, Dallas going up to that second lane. Kind of left Dana hanging for a minute. But Brandon Pfeiffer is going to be your leader. Got Gabe Butler right there beside him, behind him now. Or I should say behind him. Was behind him, got beside him now. Down on that low line in front of Dana Shepard. Here comes the 10 of Dallas. That's Dallas Childers. But look it out here, Peter DeBorgia on that outside line. We're 3 wide still. Butler and Shepard down on that inside line. Trying to make that inside line go. Again, that outside, that third lane has got the momentum going through the corner and coming out into the back straightaway. But going in, they're losing a little bit, I think. A lot of weaving down below on the apron as Peter does drop it down 2 lanes down to that low lane. Brigante in the second lane, and the 52 of Joe Delavecchia on that outside. We are 4 wide. Childers pushing the issue, but he gets it out in front of Delavecchia. We are back 3 wide, but Logan York trying to make up his mind where he wants to go high or stay in that mid line. There is a lot of weaving going on. Battle up here at the front. Andy Brigante, Peter DeBorgia. Peter down on the inside. Brigante second line, and looks like that is Dallas Childers on that third line. As they come through the tri-over across the start, Andy Brigante will lead that lap. Be his first lap led as he drops it down in front of Peter. Now Pete is one of your chase drivers. Again, these guys that are in the chase need a good finish, especially the ones that are just a couple of points below the cut line. As you see Pete dropping back down in front of Andy. That's going to give a run to, looks like Gabe Butler. Now Gabe does take the lead. Childers just kind of hanging out in that third lane. He's got to be careful not to drop down. And he does. He finds room. Drops it down there in front of, that is Joe Delavecchia. And so does Brandon. But he looks back out to the outside. Nobody going with him. Going to be stuck out there by himself. Now he's got to be careful. Oh, yeah, he wasn't cleared. It didn't look like he was cleared to me. We'll go back and take a look at it as he come across the nose of that number 52 of Joe Delavecchia. We'll take a rewind here real quick. Let me get to the spot, and then we'll get on a chase view. Now let's go to as you can see, he tried to come down, was not clear, and comes right across the nose of Joe Delavecchia. Well, unfortunately, that got the 54 of Brandon Pfeiffer as well mixed up in it. As Jeremy Stanley goes down below the apron, Dustin Logston was able to miss it. Anthony English as well dropping it down. We're going to get back on. Looks like everybody else was able to get around it. Unfortunately, this is where having a good spotter comes in handy. Bill Billy says it's nice to see him race something he don't have to fix or buy. Well, unless he needs a new car for a new series or something. But even then, that's a cheap purchase, right? Well, again, big shout out to tonight's sponsor, Mike Edgerton, and then Captain Lane Goodwin and Captain George Clark Jr., the fish guys down in the Keys of Florida. Their website is in the description on YouTube, so go check them out. Check out some of their videos. And if you plan a trip down there, be sure you reach out to those guys about setting up your fishing experience. So looking at our cautions, that's our fourth caution of the night. Almost halfway through, 57 laps to go. Well, let's see. Well, I hope I don't give him the broadcaster's curse, but haven't really got to talk to Mr. Shepherd a whole lot. Dana, Steve up in the booth. Got a copy there, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. Got me?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, man, the Fat Chicks 43 is looking pretty good tonight, buddy. How's it feeling out there to you?
Yeah, it's been feeling pretty good. I mean, I made that one mistake earlier with Anthony, so that was not a good thing. But trying to just keep the truck up front, you know, it seems to be running pretty smooth right now.
Well, you know, you just got to watch out for guys being pretty aggressive early on, taking it, you know, 4 wide. Just got to kind of watch out for that and be in a good spot if something does happen.
Oh, yeah. You know, you got to kind of watch your moves, plan ahead a little bit, kind of know who's drafting the best, and really, it's not even halfway yet, so there's no reason to push it too hard right now.
That's right. All right, buddy. Well, good luck. We'll get you back down to your room, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you at the end of the night.
Hey, that would be great. A win would be really nice in the playoffs.
Exactly. All right, buddy. Well, take care.
You too. Thanks.
All right. We'll move him back down to the room. Good to talk to Dana. Team Depth, that Fat Chicks 43. Now, that's not saying anything derogatory about women. That is, a Fat Chicks is a suspension system for racing vehicles. So we'll get a look at his truck. Fat Chicks shocks and accessories. The Mission 22. I'm glad to see guys running those, running that logo. And if you don't know what Mission 22 is, that is a mission to prevent veteran suicides. Every 22 minutes, a veteran takes his life due to mental health. So, guys, I'm just going to say this: if you can reach out to me. Call the suicide hotline. Do something. There's always somebody out there willing to listen and talk to you. But please use that resource. I know firsthand. I've lost some of my soldiers when I was in the military to suicide, and I'm gonna tell you guys. A special shout out to everybody that runs that Mission 22 logo. Well, the lights on the pace car are out, folks. So we come around turn 4, getting ready to come into the tri-oval. It will dive off down to the safety of pit road. As we get ready to restart here. We're coming to the Chevyland restart zone, getting ready for that Chevyland.com green flag. That green flag is back out, folks. We are on the loud pedal and racing once again. Shepherd, Luttrell, Stevens, Edgerton, Pfeiffer, Winningham, Brigante, Childers, Butler, York, your top 10. They're kind of let Dana out hanging to dry there in that mid line. Really nowhere for him to go and no help. We are 4 wide up at the front and wrecking already. That is Childers involved. Let's get on a chase cam here. We're on Stephen Luttrell. Right there, we're going to try to see. We're going to get on Dallas here and see what he was doing. It looked like he had to run on Steve, but as he got to that point, Sean Stevens was right there, and he decided to come back up and clipped Luttrell, hooked him in the left rear. Really nowhere for, well, Steven really had no control over that. I think just trying to be maybe a little too aggressive, as Dana does, and somehow made it past all of the mess. Unfortunately, when you try to force the issue too quickly, that's what will happen, guys. I hate to say it that way. Bubba Winningham with the black flag, probably passing under yellow, as well as Gabe Butler. Now, I can see that they get a black flag. I just don't know what it's for, unless it's a meatball. I believe that is your lucky dog. Was that Travis Elliott getting the lucky dog coming around? Well, Steven looks like he has used his fast repair. Unfortunate for him. Looks like we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers use their fast repairs. Looks like we have lost 3 drivers. Shane Posey, Doug Johnson, John Guerrera have all taking it behind the wall. So we're down to 28 drivers, folks. Zonto is looks like everybody now is on the lead lap, as Travis Elliott does come out of his pit box. Pfeiffer, Edgerton, Mike Edgerton, I should say. We got 2 Edgertons out here, Mike and his son, Derek. But Edgerton, Childers, English, Ball, Stevens, Shepherd, York, Miles, Winningham, your top 10. Delavecchia, Whitaker, Brigante, Seabrands, DeBorgia, Wing, Rada, Logston, Butler, Schroeder, rounding out the 20 drivers, and then 21 through 28 is going to be Mann, Guerrero, Stanley, Luttrell, Edgerton, Treywick, Zonto, Elliott, Posey, Elliott. Elliott's the last car. Posey, Johnson, and Guerrero have taken their trucks behind the wall. Well, folks, we're coming at halfway mark. Next time around, we'll be on lap 50 or the start of lap 50. Guys need to be a little more patient. Still a lot of racing left. We're to be trying to take it 4 wide like that. Just got to be aware of your surroundings when you're out here, especially in that kind of traffic. Everybody wants to lead the race and win the race. I understand that. These guys are coming back up into turn number 4. Is the pace car light still off? There we go. Now we're getting lined up. Double file. I say turn 4. I believe they may be in turn. Yep, coming out of turn 4 here, folks. Going to come to the restart zone. The Chevyland restart zone, ready for that Chevyland green flag. Again, I appreciate everybody out there. We got 22 viewers, only 7 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, be sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to MaxspeedTV, be sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, let you know every time we go live on MaxspeedTV. As they enter the Chevyland restart zones, Chevyland green flag back out on the loud pedal. Brandon Pfeiffer is your leader. Gets a good start. Got Childers right behind him. Edgerton does go to the high side. Must not have liked what he's seen, or just seen if he can get somebody to go with him, but he doesn't. But there goes Logan York coming right up behind him. Ooh, Childers getting a little bit loose down on the apron. Again, a lot of weaving, bobbing and weaving going on. Nothing really organized. The guys having a hard time keeping a line in my view. Oh, a little bit of Doran action there. That is the 51. It's actually not the 51. That is the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. As Mike Edgerton is still on that outside line by himself, but he's going to drop it down into that second lane. Steve Broda does. Steve Broda gets behind in the second lane and then jumps back out to that third lane. Nobody really going with him. Not sure what you mean by that. Sean Stevens, your current leader, as we got a car going down to the apron. That is Dallas Childers. Dropping all the way back to the back. Let's take a rewind here real quick, folks, while we're under green flag. Kind of want to see what happened. I don't know if he got pushed down there or if he got loose on his own. But we're going to get a chase view on this. Or try. That was Rick Seabrand's right behind him. Rick trying to give him a push, and looked like he just couldn't handle the push and got pushed down to the apron. As he falls back to the back, we go back live here. Not seeing any damage. He could still have damage on his vehicle from that last incident. Yeah, look at it. His whole right side and rear is scraped up bad. Let me find my mouse. I'm not seeing much damage to the front. It's all to the back end, but he is losing a lot of... He is out of the draft and all the way back to the back. We're getting back up here to the front, though. Gabe Butler, your leader. Anthony English to the outside. Now Gabe's got Steve Rodden, and Gabe will lead another lap. That third line's trying to form up again with the 81 of Dustin Logston. And it looks like the 151 of Travis Elliott. Looking back here, guys, we are side by side, 3 wide, a couple rows deep there. Dana Shepard, Sean Stevens getting a little loose down on the apron as Butler drops it down to that inside line. Anthony English, Brandon Pfeiffer on that second lane. Dustin Logston, 151 of Elliott on that third lane, trying to get it to go. York runs up into the second lane behind. Looks like the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. A little bit of a checkup there. That second line is checking up. That's going to give the 60 of Jeremy Stanley as Brandon Pfeiffer does jump up to the third line in front of Jeremy. Now Jeremy's going to get up on the bumper as Elliott does drop it down to that second lane. All jacked up. I'm not sure what you mean by that, buddy. Can you elaborate? I don't know what you mean by how much y'all paying. Brandon Pfeiffer does get a good run, gets a good push, drops it from the third lane down to the bottom lane in front of Butler. Butler's going to give him a shove. Anthony English, that is the 906 of Ryan Whitaker on the second line. Logan York. Oh, pizza. Okay. All right, we'll try to get chat with Jeremy here in a minute. I don't know if he's even in Discord. I don't see him in Discord, so we'll have to try to catch up with Jeremy a little bit later. But Brandon Pfeiffer, your leader right now. Butler in second. Anthony English third. Anthony does get pushed up by Logan York into that P2 spot. Well, I'm not seeing him out there to bring him up into the booth. Unless he's going by a different name. I see a name out there I don't recognize. So... But other than that, I do not see him in Discord, guys, so I can't bring him up to the booth. Well, Brandon's been out here 15 laps, so he's probably within that pit window for a green flag pit stop. As most of these guys, the other one been out here that many laps was Mike Edgerton. Everybody else has been out here 10 laps, 12 laps, 11 laps. So we'll see what happens here coming around. Going to see if they're going to start doing some green flag pit stops here pretty soon. Not sure. I know they're at 43% fuel. Anthony English is out front. He's going to lead another lap, so that's going to give Anthony 18 laps led. As we are at lap 59, a little over halfway. Well, folks, while we got a minute, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of crank it up for you guys tonight. So here we go, crank it up time. It would help if my mic was unmuted, wouldn't it, folks? Oh, man. I was sitting here talking for the last several minutes to myself. Yeah, rookie move, exactly. And here I was giving Joshua a hard time about that, but hey, it happens. No, what I was talking about, guys, I had a little bit of a medical scare myself the other day. Wednesday, I ended up going to the hospital and was kept overnight. Yeah, I'm human. At least that's what the doctors say. But my blood pressure had jumped up to 177 over 113, and they were a little concerned that it might have been a cardiac issue, but it wasn't. Everything there checked out, CT scan checked out, and everything. So all good on that end. It's just a lot of stress at work, and I do have high blood pressure, which I've known. I've been taking medicine for it. It just spiked on me, but well, I could have been, Everett. Almost running out of things to say, but no, everything's good. I'm doing good. Back at it, and just trying to enjoy these guys' run. Your current leader, though, is Peter DeBorgia. But I got to go back Monday for a follow-up, and they've still not back down to what they consider a normal range. But it's normal for me, the way where it's been setting. But last time I checked it out, it was like 138 over 90 or something like that. So a little bit better range. Yeah, I know, Everett, but man, with this return to work, return to office stuff, it's been pretty hectic. We've got 1,600 employees at the VA that we got to find a workspace for, and not sure if we really have it. So, but anyway, back to racing, folks. We're lap 69 of 100, coming up on lap 70. Peter DeBorgia, Gabe Butler. 1-2 as Gabe comes across the line, going to lead another lap. That's going to be 12 laps for him, or 11 laps for Gabe. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. We got 24 viewers. Only 7 likes, so if you haven't hit that like button, please, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. It does the channel good. You know, gets us out there a little bit more. Also lets Josh know that we're trying to keep up the good work while he is out recovering. Yeah, Everett, just like Eric and Everett said, lick that like button. Just make sure you clean your computer screen when you're done. But again, special shout out to Mike Edgerton and the Fish guys. That's Captain. Oh Lord, I had the information right here. Hang on just a second. That's Mr. Captain Lane Goodwin and Captain George Clark down in the Florida Keys. They run a fishing adventures. Nutritious, delicious, tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. But they run a fish adventures, a fish guide tour down in the Florida Keys. So if you're ever down there, look them up, Fish Guys. Their website is in the description. But special shout out to Mike Edgerton and the Fish Guys for sponsoring tonight's race, the Fish Guys 250 here at Talladega, race 2 of 3. As you see, Sean Stevens getting a little bit loose there. But this is race 2 of 3 of the round of 16. Hey, frog legs, some frog legs, if they're cooked right, are very delicious. I tried something here a while back, and I got to get some more. I smoked crab legs, some snow crab legs. And man, let me tell you something. If you've never had smoked crab legs, you're missing out. Well, guys, we are lap 73, winding down. Looking at our caution count here, 5 cautions for 8 laps. We got 28 laps to go. 46 lead changes so far tonight. Logan York is your leader right now. He is one of the playoff drivers, and I do not know why. Oh, Childers getting loose, causing a big checkup, and man, I don't know what is going on with Dallas. But that's going to cause the checkup with the leaders. It's going to put Dustin Loxton out front, Sean Stevens second, Mark Mann in third. That is the 48 of Andrew Schroeder, who is a lap down vehicle, trying to keep up, not to go down another lap. Eric's right. I mean, it is kind of like dark meat chicken. If it's cooked right, there is no gaminess. There's no gamey taste. It's really good, but it has to be cooked right. It has to be cleaned right. It's kind of like crawfish. You know, if crawfish aren't purged and cleaned correctly and long enough, you know, if you eat crawfish that hasn't been purged well enough, you'll get that muddy, gritty, kind of dirty taste, like you're eating a dirt clod or something. But if they're cleaned right and cooked right, man, they are good. Now, it depends on the catfish. For me, blue cat, there's just no way to cook it wrong because it's naturally white meat. I can't do channel cat. Flathead's good. Flathead is normally a yellow meat, but if you soak it in buttermilk and then soak it in salt water, flathead is really good. It's really flaky, good meat. It's also like sand bass or hybrid bass. You know, hybrid bass is a naturally red meat. You can cut the red out of it, but I soak that in buttermilk, and that takes the gaminess and the red meat, the redness out of the meat. It's really good. Well, here we go. Some more green flag pit stops as Dustin Loxton comes down off to the apron into pit road as you see them lock it up. Well, that's going to be Dustin Loxton, Jeremy Stanley, Logan York, Butler, English, Joe Delavecchia, Blake Trawick, Dana Shepard, Travis Elliott. And that's going to give the lead to Sean Stevens right now. But they'll probably be coming around here pretty soon. Sean Stevens is right on the bumper of that 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Andrew trying to keep on the lead lap. Now that he is out front of these guys, he is back. He is the last car on the lead lap. Oh, Gator is good. Well, here they come. Mark Mann, Sean Stevens, Peter DeBorgia, Stephen Miles, Rick Seabrands, Ryan Whitaker is coming down now. These guys are coming down pit road. There's a place right down the highway from me here called Eufaula that's got a place called Captain John's. And they have gator bites there that are just, and some Cajun dipping sauce. It's like a spicy mustard, and that is so good. But Nick Wing right now, your current leader, Andrew Zonto right behind him in second. Gator bites, yup. The one thing I found out about gator bites is it's almost like a steak. The only difference is the gator bites are a little more chewy, have a little more chewiness than steak. Well, Zonto and Wing are coming down pit road. That's going to put Stephen Mile up. Actually, that's going to have looking back here, that is Jeremy Stanley actually leading this pack. Oh, and we got a caution out, folks. Caution has come out, so let's see where that was. That was Dallas Childers, who is blinking out, so there's probably some, we're not going to be able to see what happened there, unfortunately. That may be ending his night. We'll see what he does here as he stays out. Not sure what's going on. Looked like Rick might have been right there when it happened. Well, let's see if Yellowwood Yeller. Never heard of that, Eric. Oh, squirrel. You cook squirrel up just like you would chicken fried steak. Take squirrel, roll it in flour, a little bit of egg wash, and then back into the flour and just fry it up. I tell you, one that a lot of people don't really like the taste of is duck. Duck is so hard to get that gaminess out of that a lot of people just kind of avoid it. But my wife, I went duck hunting for the first time a couple of years ago. And my wife found a recipe that she used in her Instapot, and it was when she got done cooking it, it tasted like a roast. Had the same flavor as a roast. It was very, very good. Well, looking at our grid here, folks, Zonto is your leader. Jeremy Stanley in second, English third. York 4th, Elliott 5th, Shepard 6th, Miles 7th, Della Vecchia in 8th, Mann in 9th, DeBorgia in 10th, Rick Seabrands in 11th, Butler 12th, Treywick 13th, Logston 14th, Josh Ball in 15th, Nick Wing 16th, Luttrell in 17th, Winningham 18th, Stevens 19th, Brigante 20th, Schroeder 21st, Whitaker's in 21st. Schroeder is in 22nd. Arada's 23rd. Guerrero 24th. Mike Edgerton 25th. Brandon Pfeiffer 26th. Derek Edgerton in 27th. Dallas Childers in 28th. Well, let's see. I'm going to see if he'll talk to me real quick. I'm going to see if he can tell me what happened. Hey, Rick, Steve up in the booth, got a copy, buddy?
10-4, loud and clear.
Hey, I was trying to catch what happened on that caution, and looked like maybe some internet issues with that number 10 machine. Can you kind of help me spot on that, or was
I have no idea. I was we were in that lead pack there. We were kind of surprised that caution came out too. And we weren't sure where it happened, who it was, or what was going on. But we'll take a look at it after the race and figure out what happened for sure.
Yeah, I was trying to see on my end, but it was like he was blinking out, and I thought I seen your truck right there, and didn't know if you had caught it. So
that definitely wasn't me. I didn't see anybody around me.
All right, buddy. Well, God dang, I got to remember you was in 3 with Bubba, wasn't you?
No, with Mark and Anthony.
Oh, okay. You're down there in 1. All right. Well, good luck, Rick, man, and
right,
we got 20 to go.
Yes, you bet.
All right, see ya.
Take care, guys.
Guys, that's one thing I got to do is remember where I pull these guys from. Well, he didn't see what happened. I thought it happened right there by him, but apparently it didn't. So, but right now, Jeremy Stanley is your leader. English in second. Elliott third, newcomer, running the 151 machine, even though his truck says, oh no, he is right on his. Dana Shepard fourth, Mark Mann, you're rounding out your top 5. I cannot do goat's milk. I've tried goat's milk. It is nasty. Well, pace car dives off down to pit road. We're going to keep an eye on these guys coming around. Here they come to the restart zone. Chevyland restart zone. We'll have 20 to go. 19 to go coming to the line. The Chevyland green flag is in the air. Back out. Chevyland green flag. We are back racing with 19 to go, folks. Got that 60 machine of Jeremy Stanley on the inside. Outside, second row, Anthony English, Dana Shepard, Gabe Butler. Get inside, you have Stanley, Elliott, Mann, and the 36 of Stephen Luttrell. As the 151 of Travis Elliott does get pushed out to the front by Mr. Mark Mann. Dana getting a little bit out of line, but catching back up to English. So far, so good here, folks. We have had several cautions, 6 cautions for 8 laps, 19 laps to go, coming to 18 to go at the line. Get my driver bar back up here, not sure. Think that Jeremy did lead that lap. Or did it? Yep, gave it to Travis. So Travis Elliott got his lap led tonight. Mark Mann right on him. Now, duckheads do make a good omelet. I will say that. Guys, we are winding it down. 18 to go. Ooh, Mike Edgerton back here in the back getting a little bit loose. Travis Elliott is your leader right now. Going to lead another lap. Got a good pusher behind him of Mark Mann. Anthony English on the outside with Jeremy Stanley. Dana Shepard right there in the mix. Currently in 6th. But Zonto on the outside. Here comes Zonto and that 91 of Logan York. Trying to make that third line get going. Like I said, that third lane has the momentum coming into the corner, through the corner. It looks like they lose a little bit and then gain it coming out of the corner. Big wiggle there by, Logan. Big wiggle there. Got to maintain your lane. There's that 66 of Bubba Winningham on the outside. 3 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, 5 rows deep. Got to be careful. Going 3 wide into the corners. A little bit of side drafting going on. 91 gives those 6s onto a pretty good shot there. But Anthony English right on the bumper of that 60 machine of Jeremy Stanley. Mark also on the bumper of the 151 of Elliott. Now Elliott is going to be on the back of the 60 of Stanley. But here comes Dana Shepard and Anthony English on that second lane, followed by Peter DeBorgia and Dustin Logston. Number 13 in 13th. Yep, Andy Brigante currently in 13th, 13 and 13. So, going to see who that gives that to. I believe it gave it to Anthony English. So, Anthony English has led 22 laps. But Jeremy Stanley's getting a good push there from Travis Elliott in that 151 Toyota. Well, guys, it's going to come down to the wire, though. 15 to go. As Mark Mann is trying to push the pusher there to keep them out front. Yep, so Ginger started it. How many green-white checkers do you think we're going to have tonight? I would like to see them just go green and not have any GWCs, but we know that ain't going to happen. Eric is saying 2. I think I'll have to agree with Eric. I think we'll have at least 2. These guys have been pretty good at finishing out the races pretty quickly, so usually we have 1 or 2. I guess it really depends on what happens when they come to that final lap before they get to, or the second lap to the white flag. Everett's out there at least 2 or 3. We're kind of keeping our eye up here, but Zonto, the outside, that is the, it shows 56 on the truck, but that is the 974 of Blake Trawick, a newcomer to OP. I don't recognize that name. Getting back up here to the front, though, Anthony English does lead another lap. That'll be 23 laps led for Anthony. Now, again, the winner tonight, guys, will get, oh, that's the taco. That was a 12th lap. We'll get the fish guy's hat. Oh, as Zonto gets sideways, they are banging it out back here. Are they going to save it? No. Logston involved. Going to be a caution here, folks. There's the number 10 of Childress. Let's go back here and take a look and see what started all that. It happened right there. Oops. With Zonto. Get on a far chase here so we can kind of see the action here, what happened. Zonto is on that outside line. Logston does come up a little bit, does get into him, catches him on that left rear quarter panel, tries to straighten him up, and then they both get loose. Zonto pancakes the wall, back down. Logston down into the 974 of Trawick. And Andrew just up into the wall. As Logston gets spun around. Looking at that is Dallas Childers and Derek Edgerton getting into each other. And Dallas right down into the side of Mike. Mike down into, does he skim it? He does pancake that inside wall. I believe Casey Pfeiffer was involved up here as well. Nope, that is the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. Ooh, Vicente, nowhere for Vicente to go. Nick Wing was able to shut it down. Unfortunate incidents tonight, guys. It just happens. It's all part of super speedway racing. What condiments do I put with squirrel? Usually make brown gravy out of the grease, or gravy of some sort out of the grease. But I do the same thing with deer. I take the grease that I cook the deer meat in and make a good grease, good gravy out of the renderings there. Oh, that's so good. With a nut sauce. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe if you do like a pecan nut, butter sauce or something, might be pretty good with it. But I've never tried it. No coconut water, not with squirrel. An omelet with chicken. Okay. I don't know. I think if you took some melted butter and crushed up some pecans and cooked the pecans with some of that melted butter, make a butter sauce to drizzle over the top of your squirrel, that might be pretty good. But gotta have the gravy though. The gravy with the drippings from the grease of the squirrel when you fry the squirrel, you gotta have. That's a must. Well, Anthony English in first, Dana Shepard second, Stanley third, Mark Mann fourth, DeBorgia fifth, Butler sixth, Elliott seventh, Luttrell eighth, Brigante ninth, Logan York rounding out your top 10. Won't eat chicken in an omelet because it's the same animal, but we'll put cheese on a burger. No goat cheese. No. Nasty. No. Shut up, Eric. You're going to make me throw up over here. Yeah, Jeremy, what's the deal with shorting your buddies on pizza there? Got to ask. I have no idea how we went from racing to cooking, Everett, but we did. But that's all right. That's what makes our broadcast fun. You never know what we're going to discuss or what we're going to talk about during the race other than the race. Well, folks, we are 10 to go, coming to 9 to go at the line. Will they make it? I know they've got enough fuel to make it. But will they make it to the finish without a GWC? Or will we see at least one as Logan York gets spun out in the back? And not sure what that was about. But as we come to the Chevyland restart zone, going to see if they throw out a caution or extend it. But green flag, Chevyland green flag is back out. We are back on the loud pedal, and we are going green. That was a little bit weird. But here we go. Anthony English out front, Mark Mann at Dana Shepard. Dana does have Jeremy Stanley right behind him. Mark Mann is right behind Anthony English, and then the 151 of Travis Elliott is right there. Caleb P. out there rooting on Dana. He's got a good pusher behind him with Jeremy Stanley. It's going to be a dogfight to the end here, folks. which we already knew that, as Logan York does look to the outside, has that number 4 of Rick Seabrands with him. And there is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia jumping out there with them. Going to make it 3 wide to the finish the way it's looking. Good to see you out there, Caleb. Guys, we are 24 viewers, 10 likes. If you're just joining us, please hit that like button. If you're new to MaxspeedTV, be sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification to let you know every time we go live. Now, we will be live again tomorrow. Well, no, we won't either. We will not be live tomorrow because CFM is in their recruiting off season. Ooh, easy there. Logan York 4 wide. Peter DeBorgia to the outside. Logan third line. But Peter does drop it down in front of Rick Seabrands to bring it back to 3 wide. We were 4 wide for just a few seconds there. Anthony English, Mark Mann, Dana Shepard, your top 3. Mark Mann out front now. Logan York coming up on that outside with that 40 truck of Peter DeBorgia. As we are coming to the wire, to the line here. Going to be 6 to go. We're coming into the try over here at Talladega. Now next week we will be at Daytona as Logan almost cuts off the front of Mark Mann's truck. As Peter DeBorgia is getting pushed out to the outside there by the number 4 of Rick Seabrands. Anthony English, Logan York, Peter DeBorgia, front 3. Dana Shepard, Mark Mann, Rick Seabrands. The second line there, second row. Third row, you've got the 60 of Jeremy Stanley, the 151 of Travis Elliott. And right now, the number 4 of Rick Seabrands, but you got the 28. I don't know who that is. We're getting a little tight here out at the bottom. Peter DeBorgia is out front. Logan York, Anthony English. Got Dana Shepard a little bit off of pace. Logan York out front, Anthony English second, Mark Mann third, Travis Elliott fourth, Dana Shepard fifth, Peter DeBorgia sixth. And the cautions come out, folks. That happened back here. Looked like with the 51 or 54 of Brandon Pfeiffer. And the number 1 of Josh Ball. Let's rewind this a little bit here, folks. Uh-oh, just dropped my mouse. We're going to rewind this a little bit here, folks. Looks like Josh was trying to look at going 4 wide. Kind of pushed Pfeiffer down low. Got him in that right rear and just hooked him. Ooh, up on his lid, up and over. Roundy round. Does he go completely over? Nope, back down on the wheels. Nope, it won't be, it'll be an official, be part of the official, won't be an actual GWC attempt, or at least not one of the, wow, that looked a little bit aggressive. Now we do have It is. I must have leaned over and hit my button on my mic. Did not even realize it. But guys, we are 3 to go. So this should be... How many of the current top 10 are in the playoffs? Well, right now, Logan York, Anthony English, Mark Mann, Dana Shepard, Peter DeBorgia, Rick Seabrands. That is currently the playoff drivers or chase drivers in the top 10. Nick Ween in 12th. Andrew Zonto in 15th. Stephen Miles 17th. Vicente Guerrero actually in 17th. Stephen Miles 18th. Andrew Schroeder 19th. Brandon Pfeiffer in 22nd. Dustin Loxton 24th. And Bubba Winningham in 25th. That is all of your playoff drivers. So this will be a GWC attempt. We are 3 to go. Well, so the headset that I'm using, I've got a little box here that controls my volume. And it has a little button for a mic mute. And the way that I have it set up, I need to run it under my chair because I have an extender. But if I lean over or something, if it's in the right spot, my big fat belly taps the mute button on my control box. So, and unfortunately where my PC is set up, it's on my right side, and my headset is a Microsoft Live Chat 3000 headset that has the boom mic on it. So, and the boom mic's always on the left side. So if I put tape over it, it's going to keep it pressed. And, well, yeah. Jeremy, Stanley, Logan York out there saying 6. No, we're not having 6. You guys keep it clean. So lights on the pace car are out. Coming around turn number 4. Pace car will dive off down to the safety of pit road, if you want to call it safety. Here we go, guys. Coming to the Chevyland restart zone. The Chevyland green flag will be coming out. GWC attempt number 1. Chevyland green flag in the air and flying. Here we go on the loud pedal. Logan York inside, English outside. Man behind Logan on that inside line. We'll go ahead and get a TV follow here to keep an eye on the action, see what happens. Mark Mann is right on the bumper of Logan. Pushes Logan up to the high side. Here comes Dana Shepard on the inside, giving Mark Mann a push. But then you've got the 44 of Anthony English outside. Logan's falling back. Going to drop it in behind Rick Seabrands, it looks like. Gabe Butler right there as Gabe gives Logan a shot. The Blake Trawick, that's the 928 or 974 machine back there in the 26. Mark Mann out front, Dana Shepard second, Stephen Luttrell, well, it was in third, but now Dana Shepard in second, third. As we are getting sideways, no caution came out. We are white flag, folks, so whatever happened behind them happens. Doesn't matter at this point. Mark Mann, Dana Shepard, Anthony English, Stephen Luttrell. We're going to keep our eye right here as the 151 of Travis Elliott right there as well. Will Mark get the win? Will Dana be able to get around? We're going to see what happens. Dana, Mark, nose to tail right here. Coming around turn number 4, coming to the trial. We're going to see what happens, folks. Anthony English with the run. Dana Shepard throws it out there. Is he going to have enough? Who's going to win it at the line? Ooh, here we go. 4 wide, 5 wide, folks. Coming to the finish. Ooh, we're going to have to go back and look. I'm showing Anthony English, Dana Shepard, Travis Elliott, your top three. Let's take a look here, folks. We're going to have to get back to... That was actually sick. I agree. Travis Elliott looked like he got third. Was trying to come down in front of Dana. Let's see if I can get a chase cam here. We're going to get to the side view so we can see. We'll back this out. Looked like Travis was trying to come down. Got the nose of Dana. We're going to zoom out. How in the world? Well, guys, I'm showing the 36 of Stephen Luttrell. I got Anthony English definitely the winner. Dana Shepard in second. Looks like 1/100th of a second. It gave it to Travis Elliott over Stephen Luttrell. Third place is going to be the question here, guys. Too close to call. So what we're going to do, hang tight, folks. We're going to get we're going to go ahead and get our top four up here. Hang tight. I will be right back. Well, all right, folks. I'm not seeing Travis in chat. So we'll go ahead and bring our second place finisher down to the booth. Let me get on his truck here. Hang on just a second here, guys. Well, again, congratulations to your third place finisher, Travis Elliott. Unfortunately, I don't see him in chat. Well, that's going to bring us to our second place finisher, Dana Shepard. Man, awesome run. A little hectic right there at the end. But somehow you maintained and was able to pull out the P2 spot, brother.
Hey, well, thank you. You know, it was a good night. I didn't have to use my fast repair. I tried to stay up front as much of the race as I could so I could keep my position for the end here. And yeah, I was surrounded by a lot of playoff drivers. So without a teammate officially on here, I've kind of sit and duck for everybody.
Well, you know, that's going to be a good points night for you. You know, being already you were below the cut line. So this is probably going to get you up above the cut line going into the third race of the first round. So what kind of momentum you think you're going to have going into that third race?
I think I'll have some good momentum. You know, my big thing is I like to be consistent. You know, if a win's not there, I always try to get the best finish I can. Kind of like tonight. I mean, I could have been a lot more aggressive, and you know, Anthony and I were just talking before you pulled me up here, but they were waiting for me to jump up, and I was afraid I would jump too early, and I would get freight trained, which it still happened anyways. So, you know, the plan is just be consistent next week. You know, you got to be at the finish to get the points.
Exactly, and try to stay as clean as much as you can. I know it's hard. We got some new drivers out here that was having some issues, but you guys was able to kind of work around that and get around it, and you know, got you up to a podium finish, which, like I said, is going to help you as far as the points and going into this final race. So, well, congratulations, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give?
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to thank Buttkicker for sponsoring the series, but got to thank my painter, DEP. You know, he does great paints. I run this specific paint for this league, but I've got him through all my leagues. He's a big supporter, and Mission 22, you know, as a vet myself, I support a lot of those causes. To my family, they're all watching right now. I'm sure they were probably standing up yelling at the TV as I was trying to get a win for them.
Yeah, they were all out there. Daniel and Ginger both out there really rooting you on. Ginger says couldn't get a nose hair between that finish, so it was close, but awesome job, buddy. Congratulations. Go celebrate, and, man, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, you too. Hopefully we'll be doing this again next week.
Yes, sir. All right, so that's going to bring us up to our race winner, Mr. Anthony English. No stranger to victory lane, but awesome job, dude. Awesome finish. Crazy finish, but, man, talk about it. How was it? I know we had some guys that were struggling, some of the new drivers, but, you know, awesome job there, Anthony.
Thank you. That was a wild ending, man. I hope we put on a good show for you guys at the end. I know the beginning started a little slow, but I think the last half of that race was pretty fantastic. That was a blast. And man, you see that? You're 5, almost 6 wide for the coming across the line there. That's absolutely ridiculous.
That's crazy, you know. And I don't get. I think normally I don't get as vocal as Joshua, but man, I did on that one. That was insane. And the finish, I mean, I had to go to you first before we broadcasted back to the broadcast to see what you had, because I didn't want a repeat of announcing the wrong winner and the wrong positions. But a 100th of a second between Travis and Stephen Luttrell for that third place spot.
Well, that whole group there, Dana, Steve, and Travis. I mean, it was within a toothpick of most of all of them crossing the line. So yeah, it was really tight. It was really tight. That was absolutely wild. I I thought me and Travis were done because Travis was telling me he was about to blow. He was double blinking so much, and we lost our run on that outside. So I thought our race was toast. I was just going to try to salvage the top 5 at that point, and then we had a little bit of shuffling up front, and Travis got back to me, and he's the one that gave me that initial push to get me out there so far. Then he took that run, and Travis should have won it. I mean, Travis definitely had a run. He had at least a fender on me, and then I think him and Dana might have touched a little bit, and they got him spun down a little bit, and then I was able to grab it from there. But man, that was absolutely wild. I don't shake after races very often, but I was shaking a little bit after that ending.
That was kind of like that race I won on Wednesday night. You know, you never know what's going to happen. It's just being at the right place at the right time. And from my view, from what it looked like for me, Travis did kind of come down and wasn't quite clear of Dana and got into Dana, or Dana got into him on the left rear, got him sideways, but coming across the line sideways, winning by what was that, 100th of a second, 1,000th of a second? That's insane. But
absolutely crazy.
But you know, awesome.
It was so tight there.
It was. It was good tight racing. You guys 4 or 5 wide. You don't hardly see. I mean, you could go 4 wide at Dega. It's wide enough, but to go 4, 5, 6 wide here is just, especially for the finish, is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's wild, but I mean, that's Dega though. There's so much room to make opportunities and to do some shuffling and taking advantage of people who make bad mistakes or being the one that makes a bad mistake.
Yeah, right.
You just never know how it's gonna shuffle out at a place that's just so wide. I mean, you can do so much here, especially if you got some runs and you got some people pushing on you, some solid pushers and stuff like that. I mean, it's I think it was pretty crazy all night. I mean, everybody was racing like their pants were on fire, and I thought it was pretty fun. I died early, but
yeah,
still, I thought it was fun.
yeah. I see you had to use your fast repair early there, but that's just part of super speedway racing, in my opinion. I mean, you just get caught up, not really, close enough to it, but end up getting caught up and stuff anyway. But well, man, not only did you win the 12 Taco T-shirt, well, now you won the Fish Guy's hat.
All right, yeah.
So
Fish Guy's hat and 12 Tacos T-shirt. That's awesome. Big shout out to Mike Edgerton and is that Lane Goodwill?
It's Lane Goodwin and George Clark Jr.
And George Clark Jr. for hooking us up with the prizes and stuff. They hopped on board for a couple races this season, and they're a great group of guys, and love seeing them around, love seeing them racing, and a big shout out to the organization and doing the stuff out there that they love.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go ahead and finish and turn the mic over to you, give you any final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate.
Yeah, I want a T-shirt.
And a hat.
But no, first and foremost, big shout out to you, Steven, MaxspeedTV. Shout out to Joshua Medlock. We hope he keeps pulling through with the fast recovery. He's been to the doctor a couple times, and he's been getting pretty much decently good news, which is amazing. So, big shout out to him and his recovery, and plus, like I said, everything that you guys are doing with each other to keep the Max Speed stuff going in many leagues, not only ours. So big shout out to that. Awesome job, guys, and thank you much. Big shout out to the OP admins. Everything they do, they put up with week in, week out, Saturdays and all the other leagues. Takes many captains to man everything that we do. So, always big shout out to them. Team guys, Rick, Mark, Andrew, Santo, and oh God, I think we had another one in there, didn't we? But yeah, a big shout out to everybody in our channel tonight, and trying to do what we can to help each other, either advance or at least get some good points in tonight. Big shout out to Travis. He was hella pushing there those last 2 laps, and without him doing what he would do, I still wouldn't have been sitting where I was sitting position wise, even if he did spin. And then shout out to my mom, dad's watching at home, my beautiful girlfriend, and everybody that comes to watch, along with who spends their Saturday nights coming in here and racing with all those crazy guys and all that. And then Buttkicker, always got to give a good shout out to Buttkicker. They've been a big presence through a lot of our leagues and what they do, and it's amazing to see what they become and what nice product they put out and everything. And then another shout out to, like I said, the fish guys for tonight's sponsor, Mike Edgerton, Lane Goodwin, George Clark, and everything for what they've done. And I think I've covered about everybody, Steven.
Well, I appreciate it, Anthony. I really appreciate the kind words. You know, we're just trying to do the best I can do to, you know, that way Joshua has something to come back to when he does feel like he's ready to come back. But I'll get with you here in just a minute. I got some other things. I also wanted to tell you, make sure you check out the first part of the stream. I created a little OP video, little montage with a pretty good song there at the very beginning. So be sure you check that out.
Nice. I'll definitely check that out.
So I'll get with you here in just a minute. As soon as I finish the broadcast, I got a couple things I want to talk to you about.
All right, thank you much, Steven.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. Go celebrate. We'll see you in a minute.
Thank you. I'm going to hop down to T1 until you're ready for me.
Okay. Well, all right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get to as soon as I could get this stuff off of here. Going to get us to our results, unofficial results, pending any admin stuff that they got to do. Of course, your winner tonight, Anthony English. Good job. Congratulations by Anthony. And Ginger, I seen what you said. Good night, and we will see you next time. I know you're probably tired, so am I. Dana Shepard, well, good finish by Dana, coming in second place there. Good battling with Travis and Anthony and Stephen Luttrell. A very, very tight win or third place finish by Travis. Now, I didn't see Travis in Discord, so wasn't able to interview him tonight. So, Travis, if you're out there listening, buddy, good job, good race, awesome job coming in P3. Let me get my deal. Okay, here we go. So, Travis Elliott, the 151 in third. The 36 machine, Stephen Luttrell finishing fourth. Not by a lot, but very, very close finish between Steven and Travis. Brandon Pfeiffer finishing fifth in the 54.04. Mark Mann in sixth. Stephen Miles finished in seventh. Logan York eighth. Rick Seabrand's ninth. Sean Stevens rounding out your top 10. Finishing 11th, 48 of Andrew Schroeder. 12th, 81 of Dustin Logston. 13th is the 14 car of Vicente Guerrero. 14th is the 56 of Mike Edgerton. In 15th, the 66 Chevy Land, Bubba Whittingham. 16th, the 906 of Ryan Whitaker. The 17th, 049 Nick Wing. 18th is the 40 of Peter DeBorgia. And 19th is the 03 of Steeder Rada. And number 20, finishing 20, P20, is the 60 of Jeremy Stanley. Jeremy was out there in chat for a little while. Good to see him back racing on the track with us tonight. The 088 Gabe Butler finishing 21st. 06 Andrew Zanto in 22nd. Blake Traywick in the 974 finishing 23rd. 13 of Andy Brigante in 24th. The 052 of Joe Delavecchia in 25th. Josh Ball finishing 26th. In 27th, the 52 of Derek Edgerton. In 28th, the 971 of Dallas Childers. And 29th to 83 of Shane Posey. And 30th is the 388 of Doug Johnson. And 31st, the 59 of John Guerrera. NASCAR man YT out there tonight, P5. Good job there, buddy. Awesome race tonight. And again, congratulations to our winner, Mr. Anthony English, winning the 12 fish taco t-shirt from the Fish Guy. Again, big shout out to Mike Edgerton and the Fish Guys for sponsoring tonight's race. Again, if you're Captain Lane Goodwin and Captain George Clark Jr. down in the Keys of Florida with their fishing tours and stuff. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here, folks, on MaxspeedTV. Don't forget, we have, I believe, Tuesday night will be the final race of Downforce Racing Series, brought to you by MaxspeedTV. Dennis Ansman will be covering that if he's not having internet issues. I think he had internet issues last week, but we'll see what happens, guys. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight on Max Speed TV. Until next time, stay safe and have a great night.